Increasing bloodshed between fighting religious factions in the Central African Republic has led to a global debate about how the West can help to stop the growing violence. The European Union is contemplating setting its own force to assist French and African troops already on the ground and struggling to contain the fighting. But getting European forces there and fast will prove difficult for a number of reasons. At a political level, the EU's peacekeeping mission that aims to take control of security in the Central African Republic's capital Bangui for 6 months now has strong international backing. The next stage involves galvanizing the combined contributions of European troops, including Estonia, Belgium, Poland and Sweden, among potential others, but excluding the UK and Germany, who've refused to send their soldiers. It was the hope of Sweden that the EU's own emergency forces, or battle group, would be deployed.
We clearly need to do something, and personally I think that we should send the battle groups, because the battle groups were really designed for particularly precisely these sorts of missions. So if not now, then when?
But the scale of the Central African conflict, though, means international forces are looking to stabilize the country over the next year, and the battle group only has the capacity to stay for 120 days. Paul Murphy was one of the European members of Parliament opposed to the idea of any military intervention, instead calling for the EU to step up its humanitarian role.
Sure, the alternative to military intervention is not to stand idly by, but it's to provide humanitarian support, humanitarian aid, to send people to work, which there's many people who would like to do that, to send money, to send aid. That's the way to deal with humanitarian catastrophe. So-called boots on the ground, even if they're of a different nationality than French, if they're European, they'll really be there to give like an international or European coloration.
The EU has pledged further funding in the region of €500 million to help with the hundreds of thousands of displaced Central Africans fleeing the violence, a crisis the EU's new military mission can help with. The task that remains is to get them assembled and deployed fast.
Current hesitations have revealed the fact that the European Union still lacks truly a common defense, a common security policy.
As with all foreign missions, the European Union is going to have to contemplate very carefully how it's going to enter this conflict, but its exit strategy as well. The Central African Republic is going to need all the aid it can get to survive an ongoing and growing humanitarian crisis it might take years to recover from. Sandra Gottman for JN1 at the European Parliament in Strasbourg.